Hey everybody, I am back with another thrift haul and I'm kind of going slightly out of order of when I picked the stuff because this is my most recent thrift haul and it's stuff that I got last week. We haven't gone sourcing yet this week as of the date that I'm filming this, but it is all stuff that I got last week. It's the last thrift haul I did. And the reason I wanted to pull it is because we have been focusing, as I've mentioned in other thrift hauls and videos and Q&As, that we are trying to focus on a higher average sale price and trying to increase that. We've got a ton of stuff here right now, and now is just a really good time for us to be able to slow down because we don't have to rush and focus on a quantity so much anymore, and we can focus on just getting some really great items. So that is what I'm going to be showing you guys today. And yeah, let's get into it. I will show you this one first. This is probably the best find. Maybe not the best, but one of the best. I posted about this on Instagram. If you're not following me over there, you definitely should if you have an Instagram, only because I post some different kind of content there. It's not the same as the stuff that I post on YouTube all the time. There is some different content over there and just more of my day-to-day. Maybe if I find, a BOLO item, not always stuff that I get to when I show you guys these thrift hauls. But I did post about this. And yeah, the consensus was that no matter what you're doing, because I was running late when I came across this, if you've never seen a brand before, take the time to stop and look it up, because I almost passed on this because I was in a little bit of a hurry. I was thrifting longer than I normally was, and I just wanted to go home, and I was trying to get through the rest of the store, and then all of a sudden I came across this, and I was like, I have never heard of this before. And I was like, I should really look that up. And then I was like, no. I could probably pass it because it looks kind of cheap, which honestly it does. Like, I'm 99% sure this is authentic, and to me it looks cheap. Sorry. That's how I feel about it. But I'm glad that I told myself, no, you really need to go back and look that up. So I did, had a gut feeling about it. And I'm glad I did, because this is Palm Angels, which if you've never heard of it, welcome to the club, because I hadn't either. And they make men's and women's stuff. The men's I think definitely do better than the women's. And this stuff retails for a crazy amount. I think I'm going to be able to get between $150 and $200 for this, which is insane. So Palm Angels, again, I need to make sure this is authentic, but it definitely feels authentic. Has a very nice tag on the inside, a lot of information, and it looks like the authentic ones that have sold. So I am going to, do a little bit more research, but I do think that this is a real one. And even when you look at the ones online that were authentic and sold for quite a bit, they still look cheap to me. Like, I'm sorry if this is your favorite brand, but to me it does not look nor feel like a super high quality brand, but it is. So definitely learned my lesson there. I paid $4.89 for that, and I believe that I should be able, like I said, as long as it's authentic, which I believe it is, to get $150 to $250 for that. So super excited about that. Next up is Soft Surroundings. And this is a top. I'm being super quick in tops, because once you start telling yourself that there's, got to be a certain average sale price and you're only going to pick up top tier quality things, that really eliminates a lot of the tops that you can get. And so it makes it super easy to just run through and only look for the things that are a lot more valuable. So really easy to go through. This is a Soft Surroundings plus size, which if you guys didn't know, plus size in this brand performs really well. The other stuff's kind of hit or miss, but plus size has a really great sell-through rate. This is a very heavy lyocell, I think rayon blend tunic, roll tab sleeves. Again, it is plus size, and I believe that should sell for around $30 to $35. This next one is Soft Surroundings. It's not plus size, it is just a large, but It is a very pretty cobalt blue, and it's new with tags. So that's the main reason I got that. This retailed for $90. It's called the Cayley tunic. I will probably list this for around $30 to $35. Next up, this is going to be kind of a mini haul just because I was by myself this day. And like I said, I was in a rush. I was doing some other stuff that day. This is a brand. It's my first time finding it, like actually finding it myself. I think I've gotten it through wholesale before, but first time actually finding this brand myself. And it's so funny. I say this all the time, but once you start focusing on really high sell-through rate brands, once you start actually researching what brands to pick up, it's funny that you might be thinking to yourself as you're researching, I never come across those brands. They're not in my area. As soon as you actually start looking for them, they're all there. So I think it's mind over matter sometimes, but this is definitely one of those cases where I was like, oh, I just can't find this brand. It's not in my area. Other people find it, whatever. I have been doing, if you guys watched that video I just put out that was like, stop watching thrift hauls and do this instead. Obviously you guys didn't listen because you're on this thrift haul. But what I talked about doing in that video and finding BOLOs, I've been doing that before I go sourcing. And so by doing that, doing the 5 to 10 minutes before I source, it's like only those brands that I saw that morning that are like stuck out in my head that I'm just honed in on and looking for. And this was one of those brands. And then all of a sudden I find it like crazy, right? Okay, the brand is Rip Skirt, and it's exactly as it sounds. It's a skirt that tears away and it like wraps, but this is a larger size and a really nice print. And I think I saw some of these going like 35 to 40 bucks in this size with print. So pretty great average sale price for a category that I don't really like sourcing in, which is skirts, but again, because I had it on the brain, all of a sudden it was there. So highly recommend doing that. I'm not talking about like manifesting, and I mean, I guess that's a form of manifesting, but I'm not talking about like sitting there and, you know, hoping that things will come to you. I'm talking about researching it so it's fresh in your brain, and then you're probably going to find them. Next up is definitely a bread and butter. It is Offline by Aerie, but these flip super quick for me. This is probably only going to flip for 25 bucks, but it is a crossover legging. Any Aerie crossover items, 25 bucks, always flip super quick for me. So that should do well. Next up is an Abercrombie and Fitch men's like techie athletic feel chino pant. Super stretch. These perform really well for me in just about any brand. I'm going to flip that for, I'm going to list it. I couldn't find much on it. I think I'm going to list it for probably 30 to 35 bucks. Next up is a J. Crew item. This is a J. Crew Slim. This is a very gauzy shirt. I believe this is like seersucker cotton is why I got it. It's only going to be like a $25 flip, but it had a good sell-through rate. Same thing with this J. Crew item. This is a J. Crew men's slim linen plaid shirt. Again, 25 bucks, but had a really good sell-through rate. So those are the bread and butters that I'm picking up because I'm able to back them up. Here's some more bread and butter. This is going to be kind of hard for you guys to see. I came across a lot of these. It's Built, BYLT. This is their drop cut luxe shirt, and this is a Henley. And they feel really high quality. They feel like a really nice athletic material. And here's the logo. I'm always able to flip these for 20 to 25 bucks. So I got this one, sorry, I thought I just saw a little spot, but I think it was just the lighting. This one and this one, I think that was the last one. So there's like, you know, about 5 that I found, and they were scattered through the men's shirt section. And no one else knew that brand, but I did, and they have a really good sell-through rate. So again, they don't go for a lot, but I'm probably gonna list mine all for somewhere between 22 and 25 bucks. And they should flip super quick. So those are the kind of bread and butter things that I'm okay with getting. This next one is another golf brand. This is a women's golf brand. It is Jamie Saddock, and this is their line Sunsense, which I assume is like a UPF thing. I paid $6.99 for it. It is a zip pullover. These were going for about $40 and up. So definitely going to get that. I thrive in golf wear brands, it seems. Okay, this one is a really, really good BOLO. And this brand in general, they're like Y2K or older styles. Some of them have extreme value. I'm not going to go into all of them, but I was very surprised with this one because I've never found it before. It's Abercrombie and Fitch. It is a women's size 8, and it is like a vintage Y2K cargo pant. And yeah, could not believe the sell-through rate on these. These were really, really good. This does have a couple spots, but I don't even care. It should sell very, very quickly. And I'm actually going to list these, believe it or not, for I think I was going to list it for like $125. Believe it or not, they had a crazy good sell-through rate. I also found this, which I think is a little bit more, I don't think it's like super rare, but definitely a more desirable Polo Ralph Lauren item. These are a men's pair of linen blend, silk blend pants, which in general is like really great in Ralph Lauren, but they have these really cool nautical graphics on them. And I was just like, man, that's going to be some really good money. If you know, you know, right? Lots of good stuff. I was only able to find a couple on eBay that were available for sale, and they were all listed for about, I think, $85 to $90. I paid $3.99 for these. I'm going to list mine for $75. I would be the only one with this size, so technically I don't have competition, but just to guarantee myself a quick sale amongst my peers, I am going to list those for slightly less just to get them to move, but definitely a good pickup. This next one I picked up for only $3.99. It's definitely bread and butter. It is a Talbot's plus size girlfriend jean. Not much to say about this. Gonna list these for about $25. They had good comps as far as sell-through rate goes, and they were pretty inexpensive. Okay, this one I paid up a little bit for. They also had really great comps. Nike Tour Performance men's dry fit golf pant. There were actually several of these that I would have gotten, but they had them priced so freaking high, and I did not think it would be worth it. But this one was actually new with tags, so I did grab this one, red, and these appear to be like a really nice newer style too, with all the techie details. I paid $10.99 for these. They retailed for $80. I think I'm going to list them for $45. So still, you know, profits, but definitely paid up for them. Next up is a bathing suit. Talked about bathing suits a lot lately. I paid $6.99. This is a Duluth size 16 women's tankini top. So just the top. But it is new with tags, and it has a really fantastic sell-through rate. The built-in bra tankini, I think the bikini, like the whole thing itself, I don't know if this is just the price for the top or the whole thing itself, but the tag is $80. I'm going to list this, I believe, for $35 or $40, and they actually had a really great sell-through rate even just for the top, so super happy with that. Another swimsuit. This one is pre-owned, but I got it too. And it is a vintage like Y2K Nautica one piece. Very high waisted, not quite thong, but very high cut. High cut is the word I should have used. Red and blue, very like classic Nautica colors. Also a size 12. I only paid $4.99 for it. And I think I was going to list this for around $40 to $50, believe it or not. These had a really great sell-through rate for the like vintage Y2K ones, and I saw one that was very similar to mine going for that, so pretty happy with that one. This one is a pair of shorts I paid $5.99 for. They are a little worn, but they are Lululemon, and I'm probably going to list these for $35. Lululemon shorts are performing really well for us right now. In case anyone's interested, they are a size 4. Next up, oh, this was a good find. I have never just found this brand, just the brand. I always find the Target version of the brand, which is still good, but I'm still waiting to find, like, you know, the holy grail. It is Love Shack Fancy. This is Love Shack Fancy for Target. This is a size small. This is a really pretty white, very like cottage, Victorian, prairie looking dress. I actually was able to find the style name of this, but I can't remember exactly what it was. But the style did sell for like 40 to 50 bucks. So I only paid $3.99 for that. Very happy with that. And sometimes even Target collaborations can still really pull through. I know Lily Pulitzer seems to be true for that, so definitely worth looking into. This next one is Soft Surroundings. Now this is just a size medium, but it is a tank maxi dress. Just a plain like sage green, really pretty dress. I can't remember what the style name was, but I looked up the exact style name, and this particular dress in this size had sold for, I think it was like 45, 50 bucks. So I got it. I paid $10.99 for it though. So about 11 into 50, still great return on investment. Had a really good sell-through rate. This is a brand that performs extremely well in linens, and I always get really excited to find it. But it's pretty much just linen. So if you find this in something else, probably not worth it. The brand is Cut Loose, size large. This is just a linen blend t-shirt, and I only paid $2.99 for it. I think it should sell for around $30. This is a Knox Rose extra large midi dress, really pretty halter style. Boho. These are still doing really well for me. I only paid $2.99 for that. I'm going to list it for around $25. This is another kind of Y2K piece. This is a BB older label 100% silk top. This thing is really pretty and a really gorgeous like baby blue color. And I looked up BB silk Y2K top, and they were doing really well. Let's see, I paid $2.99 for this. I'm gonna list it probably close to $30. This is a fun one. So this is just Old Navy, but it is a 3X and it's new with tags. I paid $6.99 for these, but I'm gonna flip this, I think, for $25 to $30, maybe even slightly more. Really great sell-through rate on plus size Old Navy midi to maxi skirts as well as dresses, and this is a gorgeous colorway. I think I'm actually gonna price close to $35 on this if I remember right, just because I would be the only one with that pattern. And lastly, I got this on the way out as they were putting out shoes. One of my favorite shoe brands to find, but I hardly ever find it. It is On Cloud. Most of my thrift stores don't know what this is because it doesn't actually say On Cloud. Doesn't even say it on the bottom. So you have to really know what this symbol is in order to know. But these in men's and women's in pretty much every style have a 100% sell-through rate. These have a little bit of cleanup to do, but they're in really great condition. So I'm just gonna clean out the bottom. The insides of these are in really great condition. These are a women's size 9. And like I said, I'll do a Google Lens on this really quick to find the style. I feel like Nikki just bought like this exact style. But she paid full price. We were looking for some at the thrift store for her, but we couldn't find her size in time. I paid $5.99 for these. I am confident that these are probably going to sell, I don't know, at least $50, probably much higher. They retail for quite a bit. I sold a new in-box one for like 125 bucks on eBay. So definitely a brand worth looking into, men's or women's. I would just get it as long as, you know, it's in decent condition. Those are in great condition. So I'm thinking probably like 50 to 60 bucks on those. And yeah, really great find. And I'm sure someone would have snatched those up had I not been like right there when she put them on the shelf and grabbed them really quickly. So that is all I have for you guys today. That is my higher ASP haul. I don't remember what my ASP was this day. I feel like it was just under $40. Like I've talked about before, trying to increase that, again, does not mean that I'm not going to pick up some of the $25 items that you saw, but it does mean that I'm focusing on increasing it. And so some of the stuff that I showed you today is going to sell for like 75 and up. We got some stuff for 25. So if I can meet in the middle at an average of 40 and up, I would be really happy. And that is the goal. So hope that you guys enjoyed watching. I'm going to get off here now and hopefully bring you guys more thrift hauls in the future. Have a good one.